Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I'm going to talk about a woman named Polly. And well, Polly and Poppy, I've already mentioned Poppy, they're sisters. And they're both into psychology and sociology. They earned degrees in them. And now Poppy, I mentioned previously, had gotten a really strange job offer. And eventually she did call her sister, who lives across the county in a different place in the county, Victorson County, Texas. And Poppy called Polly and told her about this weird job offer. Well, Polly had already gotten the same job offer. Now, they're not competing for jobs. They're both wanting to, they're both wanted, for both of them to take the jobs. Okay, and what it is, they basically are going to be writing stories for the radio station. The radio station in Victorson County is very important. So is Virtual County, their social media website. They're very important to the county. The county is kind of secluded from others, except for one small county, and they really don't like to go outside of their county. They like things to be bought from within their county. And they don't care for TV that much. They liked watching like videos on their own social media platform, not anything national. They like their own, okay, and for any possible way that they can. Anyway, now they started up this thing. They wanted them to just basically write some stories, like the counselors. People who are counselors within the county, all over the county, would send them vignettes, little stories, little snippets of, however they're going to write it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then Polly and Poppy and other people too, Dawn and David and other people in the county would be writing stories for the radio stations, talk shows that are on mental health and all this. Well, things start changes as they did this, and basically Polly was going to focus on histrionic behaviors and dysfunctional families, like infantilization, when they treat you like a child, and blend it with the narcissistic behaviors. And that she knew, Polly she knew that she needed to study these, but that the counselors would be sending her these vignettes, and so she still needed to study more about it to make the stories, even though they're fiction. She felt. And then when she finished writing the story, she would send them back. And it would be like a rough draft reading, like this. This is a rough draft. Okay. And that would give basically the basic storyline. Now, as it evolved, and more and more people in the county wanted to hear more and more of these stories, it evolved that they were giving ghost writers, okay, something like Ghostwriters, that would take theirs and their stories, and then they would make it for radio, okay. And these were usually university students who were needing, because of what was going on in early, this starts back in early 2020, they needed internships, and they weren't attending, they weren't attending classes as much, and they weren't working outside the home, so they had internships that they would receive these like through emails or whatever, or however, and they would write them and send them back this way. So, so they would make them for radios. And these were like English majors or whatever it was. Some of them psych majors, sociology majors. These, so that they could really listen to so they could really help out if there were any kind of problems with this or that. They could do that. And like I said, it started to become a hit. People were getting interested in listening to the radio for stories again, like the olden days. So anyway, I wanted to mention this. I just wanted to give a little brief on Polly and Poppy, and like I said, there were other people too, Dawn and David, and they're adding more and more as time goes by to this. Now this is hypothetical fictional stories, but there needs some background on some of this. Background's the toughest part for me. And this one, like a rough draft. They are copyrighted. Read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube. Copyrighted to me. And even as rough drafts. Anyway, wanted to get this part out because now I'm going to start putting out more about what's going on.